And I was reading, of course, so I knocked down the New York Times. Now I have to quote the New York Times. About 2 weeks ago, I was reading the New York Times book review, and there was a quote from the Polish poet Czesław Miłosz. And he said, "When a writer is born into a family, the family is finished." And the timing of my reading of that little morsel was perfect because Frank isn't here to argue the case. And I thought about it, and I thought about, all that our family endured, only 4 of us surviving out of 7, and our mother in depression and our father gone. I think at that point, somebody might have said that we were finished, but we weren't finished because of Frank's courage and intelligence and the fact that he was so intrepid. And my brothers, Malachi and Michael, Frank came, they came, and I came. And somehow we carried on. And we were supposed to be here last March, all 4 of us, and Frank got sick, so it didn't happen. But still, he is very much here tonight, and he would be here in spirit. So we're not finished yet. And I thought last week of some lines, famous lines. I can't quite say, we've come to bury Caesar. That just wouldn't work. We've come to praise Frank. I thought of, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I thought of that. That would apply maybe. And I think from Margaret Mitchell, I'll never go hungry or be hungry again. I can't remember it exactly. But Frank would probably say, all that is too grandiose. What I do remember him saying, when he quoted Samuel Beckett, he used to love to say, "I can't go on, I'll go on." And he would laugh. And he would go on. And there's lots that I could say, but it might just give way to an ocean of tears. And Peter Quinn mentioned earlier about a eulogy that he's sorry that Frank is not around. As some of you may know, Frank did promise expressly one day to deliver my eulogy. And he surprised me when he said it because, you wonder how much is there in your life that would merit such a eulogy. And on the one hand, I thought, well, I wouldn't be too happy to have Frank delivering my eulogy because that would mean that I was dead. And I'm not ready to be dead yet. But and secondly, if Frank were to deliver my eulogy and I were dead, I would be deprived of the pleasure of hearing it. And I'm sure it would be a terrific eulogy, even if he had to be somewhat inventive and embroider a little bit. He would do it. So it didn't work out. And this year, in December of this year, it will be 50 years since Malachi sent the ticket and Frank met me at the pier when I arrived here, 50 years. So I was wide-eyed, and I used to say I was not a narrowback or a wetback, I was a greenback, right? That wide-eyed and innocent. And we have limitations of time, so I must tell you, our friend and old neighbor, Jack Costello, called me today and he said, we're talking about the program for this evening, and he said, are you doing anything tonight? I said, yes, but we're very limited for time. I said, in fact, there's a sniper stationed in the balcony, and if you go over 3 minutes, they'll just shoot you dead. But then I said, the good side of that is we can have another memorial, right? We're going to be Memorials Inc. after, and try to, maybe we'll get a piece of the stimulus package. So that's it for me. So I introduce my brother Mike. Thank you.
as the London police constable says, hello, hello, hello. God, I can't believe Frank's not here. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a couple of stories. That Frank was one of the best audiences for us. I laid him out with this is a true story. In Limerick, as you may not know, it was a rugby stronghold. It's a fierce football game if you're not familiar with it. And every year we used to have to play against this club, St. Mary's, and they had 5 brothers playing from the Hayes brothers. We used to call them all Dusty Knuckles because they were close to the ground. So one of the brothers had been suspended a couple of weeks before on into the next season. So we had to play him, and he's up in the stand watching the game. The other 4 brothers are playing us. So the ball gets kicked off, line out scrum, bum, bum, bum. And one of the Hayes brothers all of a sudden just hauls off, boom, and smacks one of our guys. And the referee spotted him, so he got thrown out. So he's trotting up into where the dressing room was, and the other brother is sitting up there. He's down at him, you stupid bastard. What the hell is wrong with you getting yourself thrown out in a playoff game, you fucking moron? So he said, that son of a bitch out there said our sister screwed everybody in Limerick. We don't have a sister, you fucking idiot, you know? So